So we have Dr. Carl Baugh here from the Creation Evidence Museum in Glen, Texas, and interestingly enough, the iron cup or iron pot that was found in coal, allegedly found in coal in 1912, they possessed that artifact, and I wanted to ask Dr. Baugh a couple of questions about it. Dr. Baugh, could you explain how you came to acquire the cup?
I learned that the cup was in a private museum, and I made a trip to the museum, discussed with the proprietor the feasibility of the museum purchasing the cup, and we had to raise considerable funds to do it. But it was available for academic analysis. We have it. We've had various tests run on it, tomographic tests among others, and it's very interesting. A portion of the residual of coal is still in the bottom of the cup, and the cup is not an exotic iron, but it's very interesting iron. And Frank Kennard, of course, discovered it, and he signed an original letter dated back to within months of the time he made the discovery. And that is, it was discovered in Oklahoma. It's Pennsylvanian coal, that is dated, assigned ages Pennsylvanian, because the coal extends all the way from the northeastern United States in various layers into Oklahoma. So yes, we acquired it by purchase, and we had various tests run on it, and it is still a research project in process.
Now, you mentioned that you had it examined, but I didn't quite get the type of technology that was used to examine it. Could you repeat that?
We had an institution or a firm in the Metroplex run various analysis having to do with the type iron it might be, whether it's exotic iron. They ran tomographic tests, that is, penetrating it with radiation, to determine the homogeneity, and it turned out to be probably forged in that it was fabricated, and it was some sort of a ladle. Now, if it turns out to be rather a ladle that might have been used within the last 150 years, then the problem is for the evolutionary community, because this original artifact was found completely in a large clump of coal. There was nothing showing on the surface. There was no intrusion indicated, and when Frank Kennard broke the large clump of coal, it fell out of the middle. Unfortunately, he didn't keep either side. He simply placed those in the furnace because that's what he was to do in his employment, and he simply set the cup on a shelf and took it home later. So the tests that were run on this were tomographic tests to analyze the homogeneity and the type iron. So it was probably forged or some form of ability that was required by man.
Do you have the notarized letter from 1948?
We do have it in
Okay. And have you spoken directly to any of the relatives of the principals involved?
I have not. To my knowledge, when we acquired it, none of the principals or their relatives were available to the knowledge of the proprietor from whom we bought it.